Let me tell you first how I would define clutter. We're living in what I call a digital Tower of Babel. There are so many sources of information, be it via television, radio, the newspapers, and of course the internet. So many sources of information that we're overwhelmed by this, as far as I'm concerned, digital Tower of Babel.
Sure. It first came about with the cable news networks having this 24-hour news hole that has to be filled. Then on top of that, of course, now you have the internet and all of its various
well, you're being nice. What you're saying is everybody's a blogger now, everybody's a reporter now, everybody's a journalist. And that's not the case. We have lost the concept of gatekeepers. We've lost the concept of vetting all the stuff that comes over your internet and into your computer. And that is a big problem right now.
But doesn't it also create an opportunity for institutions and marketers and or nonprofits?
To come up with quality material. That's a part of what needs to be done. And in particular, when you're talking about content marketing in a magazine format, there is so much soundbite on print right now. There's so many little blurbs and little factoids out there that including some of that in the material is a good idea, but it doesn't really engage people. The story that has a several-page spread, that has great photography, great writing, a good message, and some real human interest is the stuff that actually people are going to enjoy reading and won't see as clutter, they'll see as value. And a good example of that, as far as I can tell, is I've gone into doctor's offices and you get a cookie cutter newsletter with the doctor's name or logo on the top of it, and it's so obvious that it's a cookie cutter. You know, if it has a topic that I like, I may read it, but it's easy to put that down. Whereas if it's an engaging story, I'm going to want to follow it through and see how the outcome is on that.
That's the type of thing. It might as well say, insert physician's name here.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, exactly right.
And so, you know, to me, it's authenticity. The consumer these days is so sophisticated and has such a low tolerance for BS or copycat or, you know, that type of thing that's just generated to either ride a new trend or it's just generated solely for the purpose of search engine optimization. The consumer has a pretty good filter for that, I think. And there's never a shortage of content, but there most certainly is always a shortage of quality. But I think that technology has moved forward very rapidly, but in many cases what's been left behind is the humanity and the soul. So I think that if you are consistently creating high quality content that informs people and that moves people and that does not waste their time or insult their intelligence, it's going to stand out. It's going to be recognized.
With a human element.
Right.
And that's the thing, is like, you can talk about clutter, and there is a lot of clutter of information, but people don't generally treat other people as clutter. They pay attention to people.
Yeah, sure. That's a good point. The focus is on people. It's not on technology or machines or some new device. At the end of the day, it really is all about people.
And even if it is about a new machine, it's who is operating that machine, or who is that machine benefiting. And it's not just about, we just spent $500,000 on this new machine and it's going to help our patients. It's the story of the patient and of the people operating the machine.
You will see a magazine on a coffee table in a waiting room in a hospital, and the magazine may have a picture of the hospital on the front, and in the inside front cover will be a letter of welcome from the president. All the rest is shelf stuff. 78 ways to reduce your risk of diabetes and all that sort of stuff. But it's really not talking about the hospital.
Exactly.
It's really not, and it's the same thing, I would think, in the foundation field. You just can't talk about, gee, it's good to donate to good causes. You have to have a magazine or whichever platform you want to put it on that says, this is the reason why this foundation and this cause is good. And the cause and effect is your donation is enabling this family to live a better life.
Right.
Your donation is enabling this project to go forward. It's a one-on-one, and we keep on coming back to it. It's a people business, and that's just what it is.